So I just left my local area, Rifa, and some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know. I live in a southern state, and when I say it's a mess. I do mean it's a mess. It is so many people that are in need, not only for the basic necessities such as like affordable housing, being able to afford some victuals to put on their table. Like, people are literally like going through. And it amazes me how some people are so disconnected with humanity because they're like, not my circus, not my show. As long as I have food to put on my table, as long as I can celebrate my holidays, as long as my family is okay, I ain't worried about nobody else. But I can say, even as a small business owner, I know I ain't got like that. When I say a small business, I am a small black small business that happens to be a woman. And so even me getting support, like, it's a struggle on my end, especially doing what I do. But it felt so good just to be able to help somebody that I know is going through worse than I am. Like, I am grateful. I'm grateful that I still have the breath of life. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my loved ones. I'm grateful that, I'm able to provide a roof over, my baby's heads, keep food in the cabinets, in the refrigerator. But I know somebody out there is struggling and they don't know how to make a way out of no way. So, for the holiday seasons, like, I know we're supposed to be like protesting and all this other stuff, withholding the dollars. But please take the time to look in your very own community and see who needs. Like, if you can help just like by donating like a case of canned goods, or even go through your closet. Like, some of that stuff we got, we don't even need help, we don't even wear it. And Lord knows we can't even think about or pray about fitting in again. There is somebody out there that needs some clothes on their back. It's somebody out there that would love to have that one can of beans that you ain't gonna eat. Just think outside the box. Think about other people. Like, live in the essence of humanity. Because right now, there are so many people that are going through. But, I guess it's just going to be my rant for the day. Because I was like almost in tears. Because when I did donate one little bit I did have, I just thought to myself, like, damn, that is not enough. And the woman that was receiving the donation, she was so grateful. She was like, oh, thank you. We need kids' clothes and kids' toys, and we need, women's clothes, and, thank you for the food. And I'm thinking to myself, like, to me, it's not enough, but for somebody else. So I guess my rant was going too long and my video decided to cut off, and it was like, no ma'am, you need to go and wrap it up. But I am now back at the shop. But like I was saying, it's so much need in our communities, and like for the holidays, I get that we are supposed to be withholding our dollar, from these corporations, which I am all for. Like, they gonna be fine regardless, and we have to hit them where it hurts. But look in your community and just look around and see who needs, whether it is, the moms, the kids, the dads, whoever. Make sure that you are still supporting your community locally, making sure people have food to eat, making sure people have some clothes to put on their back, making sure, people are okay. We can't sit here and be like, oh, well, we're so proactive and reactive to a situation where we are letting our communities like literally drown within themselves, because it's going to take a minute for us to make these corporations feel like the hurt and the pain. And I know that, people are doing really good with Target. I ain't been to Target in so long, and that was my store. But when they decided to play like they did and basically told me that I was not worth, I was like, that's okay. We ain't going there. But donate to your local charities. Even like ask if schools have like supply closets, or colleges, because like these babies are going through, like everybody is going through differently. So you may not think that you're able to help, but every little thing that you can do, honestly, it's better than not doing anything. You know, don't sit by on the wayside and be like, oh, well, well, I really ain't got nothing much myself, but go through your stuff and see what you don't need. Like, can you fit in that top? Can you wear those shoes? Do you want to minimize your house? Do you want to, clean out some of the clutter? Even like toiletries. I can't say Dollar Tree no more because it's just a tree because stuff ain't $1 no more. But just look and see what you can do because every little bit, it truly does help right now. Like I said, I know I'm in a southern state. These people ain't worried about people that's going through, and so looking at my community being where it is now, I know I gotta do something. I can't just sit by silently and just say, not my circus, not my problem, because like I tell everybody, I will pray for anybody, I will help anybody to the best of my ability. But I pray for any and everybody because that is part of the oath that I took of when I became a spiritual practitioner as well as a healer and all of these things, is that I know that for me to live in the essence of my true purpose of humanity, I have to show humanity. I have to be an example of humanity. I have to live by love. And I can't sit here and let people just suffer knowing that some people ain't got nobody. Some people think that ain't nobody praying for them. Somebody thinks ain't nobody even thinking about that they are worth being helped. Some people literally become so lost and so confused by seeing like how much people truly don't care. So I'm going to stop ranting and I am going to get to work. But like I tell everybody, hey, stay prayed up. Pray not only for yourself, pray for your family, pray for your community, pray over your babies, form a hedge of protection around those that you love, those that you care for, your community. Like I say, the circle needs to remain unbroken. And the only way the circle can remain unbroken is if the community starts taking care of the community. Because we see this government ain't gonna do nothing. We see there are so many people that do not care because they are disillusioned, because I'm not going to say money is the root of all evil, but I will say a lot of people that have money have forgotten what it is to be a human, what it is to live by love, what it is to be a person that is worth moral and ethical values. People think that, hey, money can't buy you out of hell and it sure can't pay your way to heaven. But, that's another conversation. So do the best you can. Queen C. Conjure.